All right, so what is a circle? Anybody know? How do we define a circle? No corners. Okay, its technical geographic name is it's a collection of points that are equidistant from a single point. Okay, so we call that the center. So from our center here, right, center, every point along the circle is equidistant from that center, right? So it's a collection of an infinitely many number of points that are all the same distance away from a center point. Everybody okay with that? And what do we call the distance between the center and the edge of the circle? That's the radius, right? And every point on the circle, though, is going to be an XY point, right? Everybody okay with that? Yes, no, maybe? All right, so that's what a center is, or what a circle is. And this is your formula. So, again, that's kind of bad color selection on my part. What about that? Is that better? Okay, so this is the actual formula for a circle. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. So h is the x coordinate to your center, k is the y coordinate to your center, and then r is the radius. Okay, so to make a circle, we only really need two pieces of information. We need to know the center, and we need the radius, and then we use a compass to make the actual circle. Everybody all right with that? Yeah. And then the only trick here is what's the sign on h here? It's a negative, but what is it here? Positive. So what's that value going to do? Flip its sign, right? So if I were to put x minus h, or x minus 3 up here, what's the x coordinate for the vertex? Plus 3. Everybody all right with that? Yes, no? All right, and then same thing with k. So k flips its sign as well. All right? Everybody got that? Yeah? No? Maybe? Okay. So, if I asked you to graph this, in order to graph a circle, we only need two pieces of information, right? I need my center, which is always going to be at hk, right? So center is at h comma k. For this circle, is this in the proper format? No, well, let's take a look. This is what I want in order to graph. So what do you notice? Where's the x squared? On the left or on the right? On the left, and where's the y squared? On the left. So if I come over here, do I have that set up? No. So what do I have to do to get it? Okay, add y squared to both sides. Now I have my standard form of a circle. Okay. What's the number added with x here inside the power? Anything? No. So what's the x coordinate to the 0? X coordinate to the center. Okay. And what's the y coordinate to the 0 or to the center? 0. So because there's nothing being added inside of this power with x, the x coordinate to the center is 0, and because there's nothing being added in here with y, then the y coordinate to the center is 0. Is everybody okay with that or no? Do you want me to show you a counterexample? If I gave you this, right, what would be my center here? 4, 2, right? Everybody okay with that? So if I come over here, back to my original problem, what's being added inside this power with x? Is there anything in there? No, so that means that my x coordinate is a 0. Everybody all right? So if it's just an x squared, the x coordinate is 0. If it's just a y squared, the y coordinate is 0. So my circle is centered at 0, 0, right? And what's my radius? Okay, that's the r squared, right? So r squared is 36. So how do I get the r? Square root. So what's the square root of 36? 6, right? Normally it's plus or minus, but can I measure in -6? No. So grab my compass, right? So from here I need to go out 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Compass. Hey, get over here. There's my circle. Okay. Everybody all right with that? Yes? No? Maybe? Not really. What I want you to do is mark 6 here. I actually missed. All right, mark 6 on that axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 on that axis. 6 on this axis. 6 on this axis. And then you just basically connect the dots as circle-like as you can. That's going to be very oblongish. Okay, that's all I really want to see. Again, it's not a perfect circle, but I am not really caring too much about that. I care that you know how to find the center of a circle and its radius, because then I know you know how to make a circle. So everybody okay with that? Yeah? No, maybe? I don't know. Okay. So the other part of this is they're going to give you a point and the center, and they want you to find the equation. Okay? So where is my circle centered? No, that's the point where on the circle. So where is it centered, though? At the origin, right? So what are my coordinates? 0, 0. Everybody all right with that? Yeah? Okay, so if this is my center, how do I find R? What does R actually stand for? Okay, the radius. And what is the radius? The radius is the distance between what? The center and, okay, and somewhere on the circle, right? Okay, do I know where my center is? Okay, do I have a point on my circle? Yeah. So in order to find the radius, I need the what? I need the distance between my center and my point. Do I know how to find distance between 2 points? Distance formula. So D equals square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So what's negative 2 minus 0? Negative 2 squared. 4 plus 5 minus 0 squared. So D equals the square root of 29, which in this situation means that my R is equal to the square root of 29. Everybody okay so far? Okay, so how am I going to finish this off? Well, they want me to write the equation of a circle. So what's our regular equation for a circle? X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Gesundheit. Everybody all right with that? Yeah? Okay, what's h stand for again? X-coordinate to the what? X-coordinate to the center, right? What's the x-coordinate to my center? Okay, so I get x minus 0 squared plus y minus, what's k stand for? Okay, it is a 0 because that's the what? The y-coordinate to the center. Equals, what was my r? Square root of 29 squared. Everybody okay so far, yes or no? So now simplify. What's x minus 0? X. So I get an x squared plus what's y minus 0? Y squared equals what happens when I square square root. They cancel and I get just 29. There's my equation. Okay, so when they ask you to find the equation, what you need to do is find the distance between your center and the point on the circle that they're giving us, so that way you can find your radius. Everybody okay with that? And because they're giving you the center, when you plug into the standard form of the equation, h is the opposite sign of the x-coordinate, k is the opposite sign of the y-coordinate. Okay, so you just plug in your h-coordinate, k-coordinate to your center, and you plug in your r. And then you simplify if possible. I think in this section, yes, but in reality, no. Okay, I think in this section, every circle they give you is centered at 0, 0. Because we're just looking at basics right now, so pretty much everything we do is centered at 0, 0. But I do want you to know that if you change h or change k, you can't take that circle and slide it left to right or slide it up and down. And as you change r, it'll either make the circle smaller or the circle bigger. Okay? Everybody all right? Yes, no, maybe? So I'm kind of over-teaching this. All right? But if you know this formula right here with the h and k, you can graph any circle known instead of the specific circles at 0, 0. Okay? So any major questions on this? on how to use this formula right here for the equation for a circle. Any questions on that? Yeah? Ta-da. So, real quick, I do want to explain something. 44 through 52, it tells you that those are either equations to circles or equations to parabolas. And then they want you to identify it and graph it. I don't want you to graph them. I just want you to identify. Is the equation a circle or is the equation a parabola? Is everybody okay with that? So your answers for 44 through 52 should say either circle or parabola. You cannot have both, just one. But what does that equation represent? Okay, everybody good with that idea? Yes, no?